right there, they make contact, turns the 18 around.
You know, Jeff, it must be something going on with the nose and the tail of these cars.
Well, I think there's a little bit different situation. I mean, it looked to me like, Jimmy's car definitely came up and got into him.
I agree.
I
agree.
I don't see really much of a move on the 18 car of coming down.
Yeah. Just bad.
Dang it. I don't know what happened there. Damn it. I don't want to hear it. Uses my balls. That's twice he's done the same thing in 2 races.
Damage to the hood on her truck as well. Look how that tire has destroyed the fender and the hood on that truck.
For some reason, did both of those trucks have left front tire failures on the first lap of the race? She's got more issues than that. She's tore her oil line off right there.
And that's a big problem for Natalie Decker, making her first Truck Series start here at Daytona.
That'll bring out the caution as she's on pit road.
And it is indeed out. And there you see pulling Natalie Decker out of the truck. The crew right on line. Well, we're going to see the back of the replay first.
Yeah, an issue for the 28 of Brian Doza. That got into the 42 of Robbie Lyons. That's why he got into the outside.
Didn't understand what was going on.
And Austin Wayne. Oh! The 13. Oh, big crash.
Bottom 13.
The 49 of Cicerelli involved in that. The 47 of Fontaine.
Started to go sideways ahead of him. Looked like Cicerelli not. Oh, look at that damage. And then just nowhere for Chris Fontaine and that blue and yellow 47 truck to go.
You could see the fire come out of the exhaust. He was off the gas for sure, but just couldn't get stopped in time.
It looks like Timothy Peters maybe got a bump draft that went awry, and Dipple was just an innocent bystander in that, trying to dodge what potentially was an issue, and then Fontaine with nowhere to go.
It just slides right up in front of Chris Fontaine.
Well, that's a group of drivers behind them fortunate that they didn't get collected and gathered up in that mess. And
it looked like Jordan Anderson had some sort of an issue and slowed, it looked like.
Well,
and then Creed ran in the back of him.
not sure Sheldon Creed had anywhere to go.
No, I don't think so either. Yeah, Jordan looks. Looked like the left front tire looks a little funny on that truck. Possibly maybe a left front tire going
with
down.
varying degrees of damage.
I just don't think Jordan realized that the two of Creed was inside of him as much as he was. Came down a bit. Angela Ruck's just doing a great job running up inside the top 5.
Brett Moffitt got hung in the outside. Nowhere to go really for all these trucks once the contact was made with the 3 of Jordan Anderson.
I just think Jordan tried to maybe close a hole that Sheldon Creed had already occupied.
Vehicle. That's a no-brainer call right there.
And the 51 of Christian Eckes.
Off to your left here now. Turn off to your left. This is where our safety
caution is out.
To your left.
So a big crash. In the big crash, he suffered.
And the 4 of Todd Gillen.
Oh, Roper's.
Around he goes.
Wow, unbelievable that it was just Corey Roper involved in that. How did he not collect others?
This turn, just the inexperience of not knowing the nose was going to be light when he exits the corner because of being right on the back of the 16, and the truck just goes around.
And I think then he grabs the steering wheel when that truck goes high right there. He grabs the steering wheel, turns a little bit left, and that's all it took.
On him, up the hill, cranked it left like you said, Phil. Then back to the right, but it was too late.
A little hard shot into the safer barrier.
Ben Rhodes was able to take advantage of that and grab the lead away from Austin Hills.
18 goes to the outside. A little bit of a bump from Gillen. It just caught him at the wrong place. These bumpers don't match up all that well. A lot of times just caught him at the wrong place and turned him sideways into the wall.
Nice.
There's the bump.
You can help him pass. Easy, nice and easy. Keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. 3 wide bottom, 3 wide bottom.
As soon as he saw that go bad, to the apron he goes. And watch the job that David Gillen does. Those trucks are crashing right in front of him.
He misses that.
Right in front of that blue truck with Valvoline on the hood. He's able to sneak through.
A little bit of damage there to that right front of David Gilliland. Crafton has barely missed what, 3 accidents tonight? I mean, maybe it is going to be his night, because sometimes when you win, you look back and you say, whoo, boy, I caught some breaks along the way. Maybe those are the breaks that Matt Crafton's catching that might enable him to win his first super speedway race.
Just a little bit of a tap, and they got Harrison out of control there.
On the outside. Oh, no! A little contact, and he's not going to be able to hang on to it. And he takes Peters with him. Greenfield got out of line.
When that closed, he decided to go back low, but Timothy Peters had already filled that hole. Bill, we're inside 10 to go. You can't leave holes open, and it was just a case where Greenfield left a door open. Timmy went through the door, and it was
what he's
late.
supposed to do, and try to shove the 68 to the outside and get him out of the draft, and unfortunately they make that contact.
And again, Crafton narrowly missed that incident.
That's a broken record.
Yeah, you know what Crafton's thinking? I don't know how I'm going to pass these guys unless they all just crash.
And he keeps moving up as each crash occurs.
And that's exactly what just happened. Now he finds himself up in fourth.
Around the outside, contact indeed is going to take out Rhodes. And Crafton gets through again somehow, and so many more involved in this incident.
What about Matt Crafton's move?
Down on the apron and got through that.
The track record 10th caution of the night, and Sheldon Creed this time is going to be finished for the night.
You were right, Michael.
Yep. You could see Shelton Creed did a perfect job. He was to the outside of Dean. Dean blocked. And look at Crafton in the yellow truck, sneaking by all that on the high side. It was just too late.
Just got him a little bit loose there. Caught the 99 of Ben Rhodes. Watch the 17. Barely avoids hitting the 88 of Matt Crafton.
Right there, moves up in front of Creed. Creed still had some room to go higher, but stood his ground, and it turned Dean around.
And how does Crafton... Oh, he does take a little bit of contact. Very little, but... so he's going to probably have a little bit of left front damage, but considering what everybody else
Ben Rhodes just along for the ride, out in the lead, a truck length and a half, clear of the second place truck. There was a little bit of contact to the outside wall for the 88 of Crafton. You see Joe Nemechek slide now through the grass.
Scared me out.
He out of breath.
Oh, no. Clay Greenfield's driving blind. Be able to...
Oh, he's driving through the grass. He's not sure where he is. He can't see because the hood is up on the windshield.
Side Timothy Peters, Ross Chastain.
Contact and another crash, and this one involves Gerhardt in the 63. And the caution is back out.
Oh, man.
Fuel in their trucks, and they are the drivers that will be starting in the second row as Crafton and Hill pitted on lap 60.
See a little bit of contact at 22 of Austin Wayne himself. Got into the back of the 63 of Bobby Gerhardt. Takes both of those trucks into the outside wall.
Austin Hill in the 16 will win his first career race, and he does it at Daytona.
That was impressive. Wow, he blocked every move, Vince.
Taking the seat of the champion.
You guys are awesome. Awesome job, boys. So proud of you, man. Scotty, thank you so much, man. This thing was fucking awesome.
Here's what happened. He's coming in. Justin Haley going out. Got him in the right rear. How much damage did that do to the right front of Haley's machine?
Christopher Bell right there in the third position in his mirror. There's a crash on the racetrack.
Caution out, the 07. That's Ray Black Jr. Fourth yellow flag we've seen here this afternoon. Second time it is waved in our final stage.
Back to the pack there. It looked like the 19 trying to get in line and just misjudged it a little bit. And I believe Ray Black Jr. was just the innocent bystander in the wrong place, wrong time. And you know, good news, he didn't hit anything, but he does get some nose damage right here as he shovels into the grass. So hopefully it's not that bad.
Blocking. Here is the checkered flag. Michael Annett, first career victory. It comes at Daytona.
How about that?
Nothing like your first win.
No, there isn't.
Awesome job, guys.
Oh, no.
Trouble here.
Corey LaJoy.
Oh, man. It's not going to be good for his face at all.
Yeah, but
you know, yes and no.
That's the reason you pit. That's the reason you pit early. Is that you in the perfect world? You hope
17.
that happens.
Oh, did he and the 17 touch a little bit here? Yes. It looked like Kurt thought he could get clear, get down in front of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Just wasn't quite there yet.
And Jamie McMurray in his final 500 could not avoid the 43 of Bubba Wallace. And Wallace with a bit of a shove there from Tyler Reddick.
Sends him right into the one of Kurt Busch. Yeah, I'd seen Kurt Busch making a bunch of moves. I think his car was, you can see from Joe Logano's roof cam. In front of this whole group.
Parker Kligerman down on the inside, and that is Casey Mears.
How did all those cars make it through there?
There was contact between the two. Around went Kligerman.
Yeah, just so hard to tell from that angle. Well, that's what. Oh yeah, right there. I don't know if the 27 of Mears came up or the 96 of Kligerman came down, but definitely contact there going into turn one.
Some of them are.
Boy, a bunch of them did, but not our leader.
Whoa! Car goes around in the trial, the spinning, sliding out of control. BJ McLeod brings out the caution. Stenhouse has wrecked on pit road with Tyler Reddick. All of them in their first 500 start, and it's on.
Yeah, and I just wonder if McLeod was trying to get woed up, and I think Cody Ware had no idea he was coming to pit road.
And you're right, Jimmy Johnson did get collected, piled up here.
Yeah, again, Cody Ware just right on the rear bumper of the 51 of McLeod, and just got in the back of him and turned him into that group. Yeah, here comes Tyler Reddick, gets turned sideways. His right rear quarter panel. Man, what an incredible shot, seeing the debris. You can see the rear bumper of the 48 is stuck in the deck lid of that.
Reddick's car
31.
came into Johnson's like a cheese grater and just took the whole.
Pretty heavy damage.
BJ McLeod picks up a bunch of turf, and because of the position of the stopped cars, pit road is going to remain closed here for this.
I'll do it.
Yeah, we're setting up for the finish.
Crash! Kyle Larson.
Wow.
I think that they're either a tire started going. That looks to me like maybe a left rear tire started going down.
Jeff, I saw tire debris out from behind the car as he went to the bottom lane.
He was trying to get out of the way.
Ooh, baby.
I mean, honestly, for where that happened and what happened, he did a pretty nice job of not tearing that car up. A lot worse.
Well, he's had a lot of practice today of almost spinning it out.
Oh yeah, you can hear it come apart.
Yeah.
Harvick's going to spinning.
Keselowski. Caution.
5 back to the next group. Caution's out.
Might that look like another left rear tire? Maybe made contact and got the left rear tire.
The banking saved him a little bit, at least kept him from getting into the outside wall. And he just loops it around. Does a good job staying out of the wall and causing any more damage. They've got that car started up now. I think they pushed him off.
It's his 10th try to win the 500. Brad Keselowski has been a champion of the sport, but has not conquered the 500 here at Daytona.
See that left rear tire all the way down to the
Benedetto! And everybody!
Good.
Oh,
no. Are you kidding me? This is big. Wow. But it.
Boy, it just reminds me of the Clash. Same type of carnage.
Got him in the right rear.
And then he collects Menard.
Yeah.
Logano just misses it, but the whole outside lane and half the inside pile up.
And this is exactly what we were just talking about. At this stage in the race, you can start to taste victory in the Daytona 500. You want to see that checkered flag, and you'll do anything to get it, and you know you've got to be more aggressive with those bump drives.
And it really and truly, it was Paul Menard He gave to Benedetto a little shove, but it was on the outside, on the right side, and that just turned the Benedetto into the outside wall, and then it was on from there.
And a different situation than we saw in the clash between Menard and with Jimmy Johnson, but it was a similar thing when we heard the spotter on the 21, Menard say, well, he zigged and we zagged.
And in this case, Menard told his team on the radio, I just bumped him a little too hard.
Bad judgment. Look at that 10 car.
Almirola's number 10.
Look at David Reagan underneath the 10 of Almirola.
David Reagan, see what springs he's running. Look at that.
All those sparks flying. Man, amazing shots.
And all Almirola wanted was a chance to win it on the last lap.
Check up. Nothing behind us. Nothing behind us. Okay, lock it down. Come right back to the top. Keep it rolling. Spinning here, spinning. Now we're in.
Ouch.
Ooh.
34 McDowell.
Great save by McDowell. Now here we go. They wrecked again.
Larson and Stenhouse. You won't believe how Ryan Preece shot the gap and got through there. I can't
bump
believe
drafting there. The 22 hooks him a little bit, but actually this wreck ended up happening because the 17 of Stenhouse dove to the middle. There really wasn't much of a hole there. Collects a 42 of Larson, the 4, knocks the 4
Kevin Harvick,
Kevin
he goes
Harvick
up
to
the hill, hits the
infield.
wall, and here comes the 13, gets into the 2, spins him around. Holy smokes. I thought the truck race that night, they had 6 trucks or 7 that were running at the finish. I thought, I'd never seen anything like that.
Look at this.
Check up.
Woo! Sees a small, tiny gap that really wasn't there.
Nope.
Pushes the 4 of Kevin Harvick to the infield, turns around Kyle Larson. His buddy, by the way, Kyle Larson.
I don't know. I don't think he got any buddies right now.
The blue car, Stenhouse,
and
Larson just get together. Oh, and by the way, there's our pole sitter, William Byron in the 24. He just drives right through it. Wow.
Man.
How did he do that?
He missed that, Rick.
I don't know.
Don't count him out. That left rear, they did a nice job fixing the left rear damage from that previous wreck.
Gonna split you here. Gonna split you. Lock it in.
It's like an instant replay.
Oh, Boyer gets turned.
Yeah,
looked to me like he came up just a little bit too early on McDowell.
Oh my gosh.
And William Byron's luck runs out.
Get through that one.
What memo did we not get? I mean, this is crazy.
Stay with that 14. He's rolling there. 3 wide, just 3 wide. Stay down. All right, you're good. Just stay.
Yes, sir.
2 wide, back to 3. Oh, we're wrecking again. We had such a run.
Oh, William took 2 hard hits to the driver's side door. One from Clint Boyer, and then the next one later. I just wish Boyer could have stayed down on that yellow line. That was going to put him in such a great position.
Jimmy Johnson in the 48.
You know, Boyer was not a happy camper about where he had to restart. And, of course, he was trying to get back to where he was. He was running 3rd. He almost made it.
Now, to establish that restart order, NASCAR freezes the field.
Hamlin.
Hamlin off turn number 4. No, side-by-side battle to the finish. This time, Denny Hamlin wins his 2nd Daytona 500 and wins it for Coach Gibbs in Toyota.
In the 11 car.
Wow.
What a day for J.D. Gibbs, for Joe Gibbs, for that whole team. Boy, that's storybook stuff right there.
That was meant to be.
So get in again, my friend. Nice work.